everybody, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Caligo bracelet. This was designed by Rainbow Loom _adventures on Instagram, and I will bring up her profile in just a second. So here is Rainbow Loom _adventures profile. Her whole name doesn't show here, but it will in the description box below. I'll put her name down there as always. And this is just a quick overview of her profile. She does have a ton of really cool bracelets. She has invented some amazing designs that have been done by various different loomers. She just asked me to do this one a little while ago, so I told her I would do it, and I'm really excited to show you how to make this today. So you're going to need 6 bar pins or 2 looms set up in this configuration. These 2 will be aligned, these 2 will be below, and then these 2 will be aligned again. And just so you know, this is the front or signature side of the bracelet, but the back side doesn't look all too different. Just these center bands might. But you're also going to need a hook, a C-clip, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you what colors I'm using as I go along. In this bracelet I used 5 colors, but today I'm only using 4, so I will be repeating 1 color. But of course I'll tell you what to do when I do that. Okay, so first we're going to be placing a little bit of this border band, which is the gray. You're going to place 1 band across the bottom 2, or 2 if you're going to make it stronger, or if you're going to do a full wrap. Then go up into the outside, and then you're going to just go out here. And after we do that, just to make the looping easier on this, I have gotten, I guess, a way to do this easier. So once we do this, we're actually going to be placing most of these white bands here. I think we're placing them all. We are. Placing all of these white bands here. For this, I will be using the pink pastel 600 sweets. So starting from this pin, you're going to go straight forward and straight forward. And then you're going to go to the inside, just like that. And then once you do that, you're not going to connect these, you're just going to go back to the outside. And same here, go back to the outside, and then straight up, and then to the inside. And so you're going to do this all the way down your loom. If you're making a full wrap, it will depend how many of these you do, but definitely make sure that you, I guess, end using one of these. Like this closing part will finish it off, because it's just a lot simpler to loop it, I would say. So there should be 6 of these sections here. I'm going to go ahead and do these next 3 pretty quickly. And make sure that you are pushing your bands down. It's going to get a little crowded on the pins when you're looping and when you're placing the rest of the layers. And then the last ones will be placed into the center here. And you're going to leave these 2 pins, or the gap in between these 2 pins, blank. And this is just so that this entire section will show. Down here, this is where the cap band is. This entire section will show. I don't even know. Okay, so now what we're going to do is be placing the rest of our border bands. I'm using dark green again. And it's, again, the gray in this bracelet. This is actually the side view. That's just the border. So now you're going to go straight until you reach the very last pin on the end of your loom. I also like to push my bands down while I place them, because I don't forget to do it. And, oops, this one's twisted. Okay. Then your last straight one will be placed to here. Then you'll go to the inside, and then downwards, and you will connect it with this last pick here. Come back to the other side, and I'm going to be placing these on the other side as well. Also, this pin over here is a little bit wobbly. It's not... Some of my pins don't work with some of my base plates. It's really weird. Alright, again, once you get past, or when you get to this last peg here, you're going to go across and just following that perimeter of your, or the perimeter of your pins, you're just going to go down into the center and connect it there. Now come back to the beginning of your loom. We're going to be placing these center bands here. These are X bands here. I think I used the Viola Purple Glow. I can't even remember what it's called, but it's like a tricolor band, but today I'm going to be using some neon blue. And I really hope this color combination works. So just remember what band you're placing as the bottom. So I'm going to start on the left and go up to the right. But if you prefer to start on the right and go up to the left, make sure that it's consistent all the way down your loom so that it's like uniform and it'll look really nice and clean. So I'm always going to start on the left, going up to the right, and just remember which one is your bottom pin, or your bottom band, sorry, so that we can loop, and you're going to know which band you need to loop. By the way, these neon blue bands are from Michaels. Everything else you can get either at Michaels or on rainbowloom.com. Though I don't think the Sweets Pink is available at any Michaels. I haven't heard of it anyway. But now that we've done that, what we're going to do is be placing some X bands on the sides here. Here it is neon green medieval, and I will be using white for this part. So again, just like the center, make sure you know which band is your bottom band, and if you're starting on the left, and even if you did it in the center, if you started on the left in the center, make sure that you do that for the left side of the loom. I guess I'll just kind of show you what to do on the right side. So you want your bottom band to be coming into the center here, and then your top band going to the outside. So here you want your right band over to your left. So this is the band going into the center first, and then this band is going back out. So over here, you're putting this band from the bottom left up to the top right into the center, and then your top band is the right out to the left. But over on here, we're switching it around, and we're taking our bottom band as being the right up to the left, and then our top band being the left up to the right. So I hope that's not confusing. Just make sure that your bottom band happens to be going into the center like this, so that it looks like it would meet at one point. And if you're still confused on what I said before, just kind of follow what I'm doing. It'll make it really easy when you're looping, just so that you know like what bands that you're supposed to be looping and what band they're supposed to be on the bottom. And then your last X band will be placed here, again using that same pattern that you've been doing all the way down your loom. And then once you finish that, we're going to go ahead and put these white bands aside because I'm not going to use them anymore. And then we're going to come back to the beginning and we have one last layer to place, and I will be using dark green for this. Oops. And in this bracelet, it's neon green. It's just a couple of bands right here. It's a little bit hard to see in this bracelet because I use like neon green medieval here and then neon green here. So just so you know, this is going to be these bands that connect to the outsides. So like I said before, I'm going to be using dark green. This step is pretty simple. You just have to take it from this peg and go to the inside. And same on the right side. Make sure that you do everything that you do on the left, you do on the right as well. And then you're going to just go back out. Like so. And so it should look like that now. And you're going to go to your next section. So you're going to skip a pin here, and then go to the inside, and then back out. Again, going in, and back out. Going to the third section here, going in and back out, and same thing here. So I am going to quickly do the rest of these. There's only 3 more, for me at least. I don't do full wraps during tutorials just to like save time because it would probably get really boring watching me do 2 full loom lengths, or like 20 pins long, I guess, rather than just this, which I hope is a good amount of teaching time, I guess I should call it. I'm not really sure. But I hope this is enough time for you to understand, but not too long that you get bored. Anyway, once you finish that, we're going to go ahead and turn our loom around and make sure that the arrows are pointing towards us now. Hopefully you know by now that when you start that your arrow should be pointing away from you. We're going to take one last band. I'm going to take my dark green because it's my perimeter color. I'm going to cap it on my hook because we're going to be stretching it across these bottom 2 pegs here. My loom is all curved, so that's why it's like wobbling, sorry. Anyway, once we've finished doing that, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to start looping. So, you're going to go underneath of this cap band and you're going to grab your bottom X band. My bottom X band starts on the left and goes up to the right, so make sure that you pull that up. And then grab your top band, mine's on the right, and then I'm going to pull it up to itself. And now what we're going to do is we would potentially want to loop these X bands, but we have these dark green bands here, so we want to loop those. You're going to loop the first one just out to itself, and then this one, the second one, out to itself. Now notice that it is going to only take 1 loop of this neon blue band. That's what it's supposed to happen, and I just like to try and make sure that they don't twist the neon blue band too much. But once you finished, it should look like that. And now we're going to do this again, or grab our X bands, and then pull that neon blue. It's the bottom X band, pull it to itself. Grab this one, pull it to itself. And notice we don't have any of these dark green bands here, so we're going to go inside again and just pull those neon blue bands to themselves. I'm going to go ahead and put my loom down just so you can see it from a less shaky angle. We're going to go inside of here. You only really need to push back that top one. Pull the dark green back to itself. Pull this dark green back to itself. And same on the other side. Then go inside of here. Pull your X bands up to themselves. And you're going to continue doing this all the way down the loom. Remember, once you do those X bands, you will have another set to do before your dark green bands show up again. Oops. And also make sure that you are just grabbing 1. Oops. Okay then, this is going to be difficult. So, I have to pull this in between here, and I'm just going to hold this. And try not to grab those pink bands, because as you can see, it's quite a hassle when it gets like messed up like that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and continue this down my loom, and then I'll show you obviously what to do next. Also, if these dark green bands feel a little bit loose, like on these pins, that's okay because there's only really one band pulling them, and it's not super tight either. So just as long as they don't fall off, you should be okay. I am almost done this. I just have to loop up my last little X part here. And last one, your X will loop up to there. So now once we've done that, make sure that you push down these dark green bands so that we have room to loop our next layer. And this next layer is going to be these white bands, but first we have to obviously get something to put on top of these bands. So go underneath of your cap band, grab that top band, which should be your dark green border, and pull it out to itself. Again, going in here, pulling that out to itself. Then what you're going to do is go ahead and make sure, making sure, that this is your bottom band, this band that goes from this peg up to here. You're going to go inside of here, you're going to grab this band, and you're going to pull it to itself. Then go inside of here, grab your next dark green, pull it over to itself, and then this one will be the top band, so you're going to make sure it's not twisted. Go in here, grab that top band, and pull it to itself. And we are going to repeat this process on the other side, so I'll show you again. Make sure that this is the bottom band. That's why it's very important to place your bands the way we did in the beginning. Go underneath, grab that white band, pull it to itself, then go inside here, grab the green, pull it to itself, go inside, grab the top white, and pull it to itself. Now what we're going to do is find this bottom band again. It should be in the same spot as it was before. You're going to go ahead and grab that white band and just pull the X to itself. Grab this band, pull it to itself. Over here, your bottom band should always be on the inside, so pull it out to itself, and then pull that into itself. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down again, and I'm going to show you a couple more times how to do this, and then I'm going to do the rest of it like on my own, I guess. So pull the inside band, should be the bottom to the outside, then the outside band, which should be the top to the inside. Again here, bottom band to the outside, top band to the inside. And just continue doing this all the way down your loom, then I'll show you what to do next. That's really all I have for instructions for this part. I'm not going to skip past any parts. I'm just going to try and do the rest of this kind of quickly in silence. Alright, so I finished my left side. You should notice that these bands along the outside are have a bigger gap here than these ones on the inside. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and push these down, and then I'm going to finish the right side. So I finished looping out my X bands. Again, notice that these ones on the outside have a bit bigger gap, like this whole area is open versus like a small area here. So if you can see that as well, you know that you most likely looped it right. You should have looped it right. And so now I'm going to show you what to do next. What we're going to do is go ahead and loop these pink sections that are down in here. So go underneath the cap band, grab that last pink band. You're going to pull it to itself. Go inside of here, grab this one, pull it to itself. Then go all the way to the bottom, pull that up, and then pull that in. And oops, that was bad. Try not to have twisted bands, but also don't do what I just did and completely lose your band. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on, and I will fix the twisting later. And make sure that you are pushing back all of your bands because it can get a little bit tricky. Push that in, or pull it in, I guess, and then back out, straight up, and then in, out, up, and in. So just do this all the way down your loom. I will go ahead and finish the rest, I guess in silence, and then I'll show you what to do to finish it off. So once you finish that, you should end with a straight band going here, and you're not going to pull these in yet because these are the border color and we need to loop the border first. So come back to the beginning. You can see that we have already looped out these green bands to this outside pin here. All you have to do is just push back those two loops and grab the bottom band and pull it up, and then push back that X band, pull that up, and so on and so forth until you reach the end of your loom. Once you reach here, you're going to go in and grab that bottom band and pull it to the inside, and then pull it up into the center. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to lift off these bands here, and then I'm going to go ahead and loop this one forward and lift these off as well. Because your bands will get pretty stressed down there, especially the cap band, so I like to make sure it doesn't get overstretched or even break, because that would be really bad to have all of your work go to nothing because your cap band broke. And then again, once you go to the top, just pull that to the inside and then pull that up into the top center. And now go in and grab this band here. Hold on to it very tightly. Make sure you don't let it go. Grab the other half of it and make sure you put both ends on your hook. Don't break it as you're pulling off your bands. Once you have the first row or two off, it should be fairly easy to just grab the rest of your bands or the rest of your bracelet and pull it off. Okay, so mine is all the way up here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that's down there. Alright, so once you've finished, this will be the back side. Obviously, my bands are a little bit twisted, but that's super easy to fix, especially these pink ones and the border ones. So this is the front side, this is how it looks, and this band is out of order. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. I will have Rainbow Loom _adventures name in the description box below. So definitely make sure to check out her account, give her a follow on Instagram for me. And that's all I'm going to have for this video. I hope to see you next time.